we're going to talk about horsepower for a minute. I want to explain the theory of horsepower in these little motors as I understand them, and how to create more horsepower. Basically what we're doing with this little 50cc engine is we're making it bigger. We're making it 85 cc's, 98 cc's, 107, 114, or up to 120 cc's. The theory of horsepower states the larger the engine, the more the horsepower it will create. Now that goes hand in hand with one other thing. These engines are air pumps. They are a sealed unit designed to start and run all day at idle. They shouldn't start, stop, bog out, lean out. It shows you have a leak. In our quest for a faster engine, we are trying to make a bigger, higher horsepower engine. This is why, say, a 50cc engine works great in a weed whacker, but it doesn't work well in a 500-foot tugboat, which has the same type of an engine or an air pump, but its pistons are about as big as this window right here. Alright, now I'm outside, and on my table over here, what we're going to discuss is how the carburetors, how the air goes through the engine to create horsepower, and the problems that you will come across. In my opinion, being 60 years old, and what I've come across is that the engines will create more horsepower, but they have limitations, not only in size but in design. Now what I have here, and this will also be a little informative video on how to put a 33 millimeter K-hand compared to, say, like a 28. You can see the size difference. How to put one of these onto this engine right here rather than the 28 in which I was using. What we have normally, from what I've seen, and I ride alone in the great state of Washington. I don't have a lot of friends I can go scooter riding with, or I don't know anyone that's got one of these built. I've never run with another stroker. So anyway, the intakes, I've found two intakes for this Honda DIO or Elite block. They are either the CT intake right here, which consists of an intake, a reed cage, and a reed valve, or we have the black intake, which is a little bit different design, but it's the same damn thing. As far as whether it's black or it's silver, the base is exactly the same. It fits right here, just like this, no different than the CT one fits right here. Okay, the only difference is the tops. The top of the CT has what's known as a let me go right here. Oh shoot, that's the wrong one. This is a carburetor rubber adapter, which goes from your carburetor to your intake right there. Okay, that is on a CT or the silver one intake. Now with the black one here has the same bottom, same intake, excuse me, same reed cage holder right here, but its intake is a little bit different. it has what do they call this thing? It's a rubber spigot adapter, which doesn't work with this. It works with something like this. This is a carburetor adapter, and this fits on like this here. Okay. Also, the reed cage is different. It has there's 4 reeds in it instead of 2. They have basically only 2 reeds, flat reeds like this, and then they have a smaller cutout one, which opens kind of like the Boyson reeds. And I don't know if it's better or worse or anything, it's just different. But for today, in order to fit, this is the tip of the day, in order to fit the 33 millimeter, and I'm going to take the 28 KN, put it over here. The 33 has got a larger intake hole, and you don't want to go by the inside because that is 33 millimeter. What you want to go by is your outside in order to get it to fit. So the outside, let's see if we can do it this way. The outside diameter at its widest point on this intake of a 33 millimeter can is 40 millimeters right there. Okay, so you need to find an adapter like this, which is 40 millimeters across. And this right here is, so I can change that up a little bit. In millimeters, this is about 33 millimeters across. So if you ever go to buy these on the internet or anywhere else, you want to be very careful when they say it's 33 millimeters across. Yes, it is. Okay? But it will not work on a 33 millimeter carburetor, as you can see. Let's see if I can do that this way. You can see there is no way that this spigot right here is going to fit. It's just way too small. It's designed for a 28 millimeter. What you have to do, and what I did, was I contacted a place called Everett Power Sports. Well, actually, I did the measurements first. What I did was I figured this part of the rubber spigot has got to be 40 millimeters across right here for it to fit on this. And as you can see, it does fit after you loosen this. Then I had to figure out, okay, on the intake here, this will not work on a CT manifold, okay, because it's different. It's a rubber boot manifold and not a manifold like this. So the next thing I had to do was figure out and look on the internet, what is the center to center for these holes right here. And if you look very carefully, you'll see it says 60 millimeters from center to center. So I had to make sure that this Everett large intake from center to center, I don't know why this thing is, it's on the wrong side here. It's probably metric. That's it. But it is 60 millimeters. In doing this, I found that this adapter will fit on a stock black manifold, just like this, and will allow a 33 millimeter K-hen to fit on a black intake up here. Okay? Now here's where the problem comes in. We've got a large carburetor, right? Okay, I think I better go on to the next video.